Big Ten Media Days, an opportunity to rub elbows with some Big Ten luminaries, maybe even get a selfie in. Jim Harbaugh accommodating, Maize and Blue fan. Earlier today here in Chicago on not just Big Ten Media Days, but also the kickoff luncheon today, and you see what Coach Harbaugh brings back, including a lot of offensive production. His quarterback, Shea Patterson, getting a ton of preseason recognition. In all, 15 all Big Ten honorees for Michigan coming back. That is the most of any team in the league. But I would say it's probably a change which has generated the most buzz. As Jim Harbaugh joins us, I think the most talk here that I've been able to glean about Michigan has been Josh Gaddis and taking over, joining your offensive staff. What was it about him that really appealed to you, that made you feel comfortable turning it over to him?
Well, first of all, after going through last season, and we increasingly went to the shotgun as the season went on because Shea Patterson was really effective and impactful from the gun. I think even more comfortable playing from the shotgun. Also, some of the RPOs that we did last year, found that Shea was really good at it. And also the ability that Shea Patterson and Dylan McCaffrey have in terms of impacting the football game, throwing the ball and running the ball. Dylan, for example, I mean, he can flat out go and go all the way, and give him a little bit more space in spreading it out helped that. So that was really the reasons why. Let's do this because it's better for Shea, it's better for Dylan, it's really better for Joe Milton and also Cade McNamara, and it's the offense that they're coming out of a lot in these high schools. So really, once the decision was made there, and then the opportunity to hire Josh Gaddis came about, decisively went about doing that. Felt that he was really the best person that could come in here and teach our team the up-tempo, the no-huddle, the shotgun, the spread. And he's been great. He's been really great. He's been great for me also as a coach and evolving and developing and learning the intricacies of that offense. Our coaches now really have understood it and are all contributing on the offensive side of the ball. So so far it's been really good.
Where have you seen the greatest growth in this team?
A lot of. I'd say if I had to pick the greatest growth in the team, I think it's a group of guys that really care to make Michigan great and make themselves great. That highest drive that you could possibly have. We have a lot more of those kind of guys, and it's really manifested itself here in the off season, in spring ball, and also through the summer.
Coach, I know you're probably tired of talking about the offense, but one more question about the offense. What everyone's doing on defense, did that have some impact on your decision, the man coverage and the pressure? The change of formation, was that part of the decision at all?
We've always been pretty formation. I think defensively, I mean, they have the ability to cover man to man, and bring one more than you can defend. They got the ability to play zone, drop 8, and rush 3. They've got a lot of those abilities. So I mean, the RPO concept, it really interesting me. After the ball is snapped, you decide whether you're running the ball or whether you're throwing the ball. In the end, you're going to have to block somebody. You will have, it's really going to come down to, you still have to block a guy or off the ball, or you're still going to have to protect if it becomes a throw. But so those principles haven't changed at all. And that's another place we're pretty strong. We're pretty strong in the offensive line. We're pretty strong with Runyon at tackle and Ben Bredesen at guard. Cesar Ruiz comes back at center. Mike Uwainu's really taken some huge steps from where he was last season, during the season, to where he is now, and a real big competition going on at right tackle between Jalen Mayfield and Andrew Stuber. So good stuff going on there.
Coach, how does it help you? You've talked about a little bit about the development of bringing Gaddis in as it evolves your game as well as a coach. But take me when things aren't necessarily going the way they should go, and maybe there's a bad play here or there. How do you stop yourself from interjecting into what's going on now?
Well, I like it for another reason too. Not just that Josh Gaddis is a expert and really quality football coach that I've learned a lot from these last months, but I also think we're a young, enthusiastic type of football team. That's with experienced guys on it, and Josh is a young, enthusiastic, but with a lot of experience type of football coach. It just really fits us. So, yeah, I anticipate good things.
Good.
You've lost a lot of guys on defense, and that's not the first time this has happened. And all of a sudden, another wave comes in that might be just as good. Tell us about some of the young guys that we probably haven't seen that are going to play on defense.
Well, let's start first with the defensive line. Kwity Paye and Josh Uche played a lot last year when we were missing some of our defensive ends during the season. It played highly impactful and productive in terms of turnovers, sacks, tackles. Start there. And then Aiden Hutchinson also played a lot as a true freshman starting. Mike Dana, a transfer from Central Michigan University, very athletic, leading, strong. There's going to be you may redefine who the starter is in some of these cases with those four defensive ends, because we're going to want to get them out on the field and get them on, maybe even get them all on the field. We're into some packages where we can get our 5 best guys out there, whether they be a linebacker or a defensive end. So there's good guys there. I guess that's the point that I'm trying to make.
You've got a lot of talent at the wide receiver position that's going to open up being able to be out in space. But how about behind the quarterback, running the football, being consistent there? Who are some of the guys that are probably going to be able to step up and take a lot of those carries?
Right. True Wilson is our starter. He was our second leading back last year and did a great job. Christian Turner was really capable. Every time we were about to play him, which was right away when he came in as his freshman, we were going to play him in the first game last year in the opener, and then broke a bone in his hand. That healed. He came back, got back into playing. We're going to play him again, and then he hurt his ankle, and then spring ball. It was a hamstring after he'd done some good things in the bowl game, but he's healthy now and gotta stay healthy. But there's a couple other guys I wanted to mention. Zach Charbonnet's incoming freshman.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm hearing great things about. Khaleke Hudson mentions him. Ben Van Sumeren came over from defense. We brought Hassan Haskins over from defense. We've got 2 really good guys that are doing well this summer, Danny Hughes and Castleberry. And, hey, if that's not enough, then Khaleke Hudson played some running back in high school, and Jordan Anthony was a high school running back.
How about a fullback?
Too.
We got a fullback over there, too. We got a fullback.
No more fullback. Stop with the fullback.
Fullback playing defensive tackle. Ben Mason's playing 3 technique right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coach, I was really surprised but happy to hear you say what you said about transfers this morning, because
You agree?
I absolutely agree. I was surprised for sure, but you said, correct me if I'm wrong, transfer the first year, you don't sit out. If you ever transfer again, then there could be a penalty.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that way? Because a lot of coaches don't feel that way.
Well, I feel that way because we need something that's we're in a gray area right now. We need just something clear, concise, and clean. And I think there's some real fairness and rightness to you go to a school, you're not happy there. Oh, you can freely choose to go to another school. First time, no penalty.
Right. That's great.
No eligibility loss. I think a second time, if you want to do it a second time, then we're starting to get to be hippity-hoppity the rabbit here, and let's have some structure involved, but also leave the graduate transfer in place.
Right.
I think that's my feeling.
There's already 3 or 4 sports that you can do that in the NCAA. Softball, golf, volleyball, I think are 3 that there's no penalty when you transfer. Why wouldn't it be that way for football? Sorry, Howard.
Well, you're a wealth of information.
That's why you're here.
It's a lifetime education, the Gerry Donato
It'll
story.
keep you around here because you're good looking. Keep you around here because you're smart. That's why.
Once again, you've taken your team off on a trip. What did that team building or that experience this year, what have you seen from your team that they learned from that experience?
Intangibles, just so many of those, like leadership. I put that at the top. Enthusiasm. You'd put that there. They, from a leadership aspect, I mean, studying Nelson Mandela. I mean, we were inside of his cell room. We talked to Albie Sachs, who wrote some of the Constitution. We went to the Apartheid Museum. We understand there's lessons of leadership that Nelson Mandela has that we learn from and continue on. There was a struggle there. We understand that adversity, and we understand the beauty. I mean, it's incredible beauty that we saw and we're exposed to. You learn what what we share in this world by traveling and connecting with the people where there is tremendous enthusiasm. So it was all those things and more intangibles that I'm not even saying, but it's been tremendous for our team. As somebody on our team said, do you realize, Coach, in the last 3 years, we have been 5 feet from the Pope, 5 feet from the Mona Lisa, and 5 feet from a lion? That's pretty cool.
Wow. I'd have to say it is.
Yeah.
It really is. With so many expectations this year, how do you prepare your team? Do you say we're not listening to them? Are we embracing them? What's the message?
We're the type of team that embraces them.
Okay.
We embrace the we embrace the bad. We embrace the is right or wrong, because I think the normal teams, like, they accentuate the positive and talk about that, and we talk about where can we get better, what can we improve on, what needs to be improved, shored up, tightened up, and I see that is the way our team goes about it.
Now, the most important thing. How's Coach Jack doing?
Coach Jack is in, I think, the best shape he's been in 30 years. He's doing great. My mom and my dad both turned 80. Their birthdays are within about 9 days. And we had a nice surprise party for him at my house this year. My brother John, Ingrid, and Allison came in. Joni also came in, and with Tom and Ainsley and Megan and Riley, and had my kids there, and we had a nice surprise party for them. But they're doing great. They're doing great. This is a special year for me personally. I've talked about how special it is with the players that we have, how special it is with our coaches, and last but not least, it's really special with my family. Not only my mom and dad are living there, my wife, proud to say, still loves me, and all 7 of my kids will be living in Ann Arbor this year. My son Jimmy will be a 5th-year senior. My daughter Grace will be an incoming freshman playing water polo. Jay's on the coaching staff, and then I got the 3 grade schoolers, and the one is 2.5. But that may never happen again. That may never happen again.
It's interesting because we watched you said from the podium, and even right now, you're lighting up about talking about family. Is that the same thing you try to instill into the team?
Faith, family, and football. Those are our priorities.
All right. Words to live by. Jim Harbaugh, head coach of the Wolverines. Coach, really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
Yep.